I'm coming in for the first check on the sets I put in yesterday. Now I don't have but about 6 out. I brought some more with me today, and I'm gonna dissect this place a little more, see what kind of sign I can find. Hopefully I'll do something good. We'll find out. Well, I've got nothing on 330 set number 1. I felt good about that one. That run was deep and had no silt on the bottom. It's gonna stay there the duration of time I'm here, and hope it catches something in the next day or two. It felt good, but I'll keep moving down. I got nothing on 330 set number 2. But I will be moving on up to the snare and the dry land sets and see if anything's hit up there. I brought some more stuff with me today. If I find good sign, I'll put in more sets, but so far the sign's not looking real good. I haven't passed anything new that wasn't here yesterday, so we'll go up here and hopefully the predator sets have hit. We'll find out. Putting in another set right here, bedding it between these rocks, and it's a Duke number 2. They've got like a little crossover coming up through here. I'm taking some of the Marciata's otter lure and put it up here on these rocks. Trying to get them to come up in here, poke around. And I've got it wired up here to this tree. Can't get no anchors because it's just a rock pile. So I'm getting creative. I'm gonna move down, see what else I can find. There is a caster mound up here and a good step out crossover right here going over the levee. I'll leave it right there for a few days. Snare loop still hanging exactly the way I left it. Left about a, I don't know, 7-inch loop on a very fast loaded 1x19. I guess it's 1/16 of an inch. It's small diameter cable. I'm trying to catch an otter in that right there on that crossover. But going with a small loop, very fast loaded 1x19, 1/16 cable wired up here to the tree. Hopefully catch something. I'm gonna load up all these little crossovers with traps and snares. If anything comes over that levee, something should be caught. I'll move down to the next one. Getting creative on this one. I do have a crossover coming right through here. Right here between all these cypress knees is kind of a pinch point. I pulled the duff back and I'm gonna be bedding a Duke number 2 square jaw 4-coil. Right there. Kind of flip the duff back up over it and put some otter lure up here on the crossover. Hoping to get an otter's attention, because the next time they come through, and they are big travelers, they'll hit these crossovers, and I got a trap at every one of these crossovers. I stand a good chance of picking up one. But they're nomads, so you never know when they're going to come through. But right there is where I'm going to put the number 2. We'll take a look at it when I get done. Right here, I have the Duke number 2 bedded. Got a little bit of that cypress duff tossed over the top of it. I put a little otter lure right up here above the cypress knees to try to slow an otter down or get his attention to come up through this crossover. But I'm going to load up every crossover in here and let them hunt a few days and see if I catch one of these otter. Because right across from here where this river meets this lake is where I caught that golden color otter, I don't know, about 3 years ago now. And caught 2 females last year, so I know they're in the area. So I'm just gonna let these hunt a few days on these crossovers. And dirt hole number 1 hasn't been touched yet. There's the flag for the bobcats. And I'll go down and check number 2. Here we are at dirt hole number 2. No visitors yet. But, I did put in a cell camera yesterday. I'm like an idiot. I forgot to put the antenna on it, so I'm doing that today. I'm going to get the antenna put on it and keep moving. Just had something brown stick its head up out here. Oh, that's what it is. It's one of them goofy little ducks. Sink instead of dive. They just go down. I was getting excited there for a minute. Here comes 3 ducks. Ain't that cool? I think that's hooded mergansers. They just lit in front of me. They're neat anyway. I can't tell from here, not yet. Trying to get a little closer. But there's poop piles all over this tree trunk. I mean, all over it. It's got fish scales and mussel shells all over it. And it don't look like raccoon. Fish and a bunch of mussel shells. And there is poop. Huge poop piles. Fresh. All over top of that log. That log's as far as it goes. So I'm gonna try something out here. Don't know what yet, but I'm fixing to try something. This is what I've wound up doing. I put a little snare on this running pole. It runs right through there, right where they're going to make all these poop piles. And these poop piles are full of fish scales and mussel shells. So let's see what that does. I never know. Gotta try it. It's one of the craziest things I've said. Maybe that'll work. Finding more poop piles all over these logs, and I mean they're way out here. Way out here. If they're not up there close to the bank, they're all way out here. They're full of fish scales and mussel shells. Not seeds, but fish scales and mussel shells. I got an otter or mink one in the area. Keep looking around, seeing if I can find better places. But I mean, I'm way down that log from the bank, and they seem to be way. It's got me curious. I'm hoping that running pole set up there that's just covered in poop hits, because I don't never get an opportunity to set something like that. So just looking around.